Welcome to Afri-Culture with yours truly, Larva McCaffrey, aka Nicole, with my special guest, Torgbui Ngoyifia of Aflawu, Gakli, Grand Lomé, where we discuss Afri-Culture. It is all about Afri-Culture. Let's get it started. Welcome to Afri-Culture. We are live on Siana TV and chatting with Nicole. I want to welcome you for joining us this afternoon. It is Sunday, December 1st. I am so grateful that we made it to December. Can you guys imagine that? It was just few days ago, it feels like it was January. We are already in December 2024. And, this is the last month of the year. So I just want to say thank you for all of you. And I am so grateful that we are breathing today. We get another chance. We get to see December. So I am grateful for all of you. So thank you for joining me today. Joining me and my Torgbui is on the line today. We're going to get through today. So I am happy that he's able to join us today. So we pray that everything goes well. But I welcome you to Afri-Culture. Welcome you for joining us today. I just ask that you share the links. You subscribe to the channels. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to Chatting with Nicole, subscribe to Siana TV, follow us, and please share this link with everyone you know, and get here, join us, because we are here to talk about our culture, right? Sometimes small, sometimes big, but it is our culture, our African culture. It is very, very important that we discuss our culture. It's very, very important that we remember where we come from. We remember our culture. Sometimes we may be talking about certain things you don't think it's important, but it is important for us to know because it's important for somebody. So I want you to join us, invite other people to join us, and please just, support. And when you are online, get on, send a comment so that we know where you are joining from. You have any questions, let us know where you are, let us know your questions so we can answer. So, stay tuned and stay interactive. And if you have other topics that you want us to research and come back and have a show on, we want to hear from you. So stay tuned, and please, if you are online and you don't see somebody else, share the links with them for them to join us. Thank you very much for being here. For fonye dadanyo novinyo, togbio dakbena mi be mi le kame kudomi egbe ambe ma dakbena mi be mi gba muaji Afri-Culture le Siana TV kudo chatting with Nicole, with Troya. Mbena December lo. Décembre, mi le décembre me vo déjà. Ni so pour mi do janvier mi le décembre mais déjà 1er et décembre donc a ma dak bena mi siame be mi le moaji kodo mi dak bena Yehowa be kplo mi gbakpo epede e oho e moi de ka moi potia ya e gbakpo mi eve mi anu donc a mi dak bena Yehowa ni so mi sianu do Yehowa ba lo mi we troya e mi dakpe ne be kplo mi va be nto ba kplo mi e ne mo sianu ba ignore vo ambe na ne mi le kame ami wo commentaire do da mi ne mi anya be mi le kame mi do question ami o question do da ne nyare le mi asia mi gblend do da mi ne mi kpo be sujet de le mi jibe mi a discuter a gblend do da mi nya be togbe a le expert le mi sianu me togbe la answer la thing la thing eni a na question ele ra répondre mi a be question kota nem lesi oa mila dia mi bula la do enyantina mi donc ane mi do question de a mi blanc ne mi do question mi so do commentaire mi ana mi anya fike mi le joindre soalo entia akpena mi kaka mbena de enyare le mi asi mi ke blonyi so ke togbe va kame mi blon e sondede ameta biobio mi blonya wan vo mi mvo côté le ke mjibe togbi gba trova ne mi avo côté wan de ke ngbo mi akpo enu potia oji ye mbe na togbi le kame e wo troya e be la va ne mi a discuter vo ma kplo togbi va ke ngbo ma glon enya ke be ni mi le ja discuter anami. Guys, I am saying that Torgbui is back with us today. And there was a topic, we discussed the dowry last time. There was a part of the topic, some implications about dowry, about, when we don't do the dowry properly, that follows us that we are not aware of. So Torgbui is back today to explain all those implications to us, and then so that we can move on to the next topic. So I'm going to bring Torgbui back in so that we can go from there. So I am reminding everybody, please, I want you guys to just, share this with everyone. And I was telling in the other language, in a way, I was saying that I thank the Lord for bringing us here and we submit everything in his hands. But we just want you to tune in and share this with everyone that you know. Subscribe to the channels if you have not already. So let's bring Torgbui in and see, and have him introduce himself again, just briefly to those who may be missing him. Torgbui?
Yeah.
Torgbui, where's on low? Where's on me?
Let me for you.
Me for you, me Antoine.
Mi ha mi for ma jibe manu bo ma dogbe na owo ntogba ble wa do la kata chatting with Nicola enya jiji pe nu pomo de ike mekedenti ye ji o moto va kere siana be o ti da me je ma dak penu be na be nya ha mazu go me kpola ga de le siana be fo me ga ma me be jibe ma ga toji o ma dak pe ma nya gbo na nya be ogbiga ameke le siana be kpokplo pa zikpi aji me ke zima na lana jiji pe nu pomo siana ba kame tio kenken you ale obele Togo, Benin, Ghana, le Nigeria be part ale ko gbele ye ofufu de umbrella gan de kate ale be de kawo asila sime gbele odomokwa me dogbene okata kla da e me dogbene etonye togriga jijoli awuno de tu owolia kenye aplau kakle obe fiaga Amerika fen kome ye mele purupo le kple mia togriga ajonugaga amanya fiti atolia daho of Aflau State. Madegbene Togovio Katalo, Akwe na Mesiame, Tate Nicole, Akwe na Olo.
Okay, akpena Torgbui, mi ada akpena Yehowa mi ada akpena. Yehowa antonyam ke inti vele prepare dare gberegbe kengwe mi antocha mi vanya donc mi ada akpena Yehowa. Always on kaka Torgbui. Torgbui egbe a mi a jeji parce que mi connexion le Ghana ku connexion le Togo elle est vraiment donc ani mi po le kia mi a jeji zere ka game a mi a game kengwe enu baba no tro. So Torgbui kemi va kamea ni so kemi ko va kudomia mi pomposo ametabio bionti ye implication le ametabio be côté ke mi blon vide wa mi mo expliquer donc ambe ma klo mi va mi a expliquer en côté ke ni bena mi blon bena oglon mi blon na mi bena ne ombia metawa ne ekuva joro amelon ho be côté a nous soit nous do droit la wo do ke be do la ke wo ki sigbe oho e be bela e la di lon ho alo la po eni adidi pena lon ho ye donc a e mbe na ma trop plo vari Torgbui ne a expliquer côté wana mi parce que ele vevere be mi ase gomi guys my question to Torgbui, the implication that I'm bringing Torgbui back to discuss today had to do with the diary. Torgbui mentioned that if you have not gone through the diary, you ask for the hands of this lady that you are with. When the lady's parent passed away, you cannot be part of the funerals. You cannot bury the lady's family because in our culture, this is the duty as a brother, as a son-in-law. It's our duty to. It is your duty to do the ceremonies, the taking care of the funeral and all of that for your in-law. But if you don't ask for a diary, Torgbui was saying that you cannot do that. So I am bringing Torgbui back to discuss, to give us explanation and explain what this means, the implication for us. So that's my question for Torgbui. So Torgbui, mia vagbo. I explain one ami vide.
Yo madakpe akpe no kaka owele doti efegbe efu dem na ovide. Be ele dekor no merasi e madere ja su na dekor no
Amen.
akpe correction vile mabema wala efegbe ame ayenye be Menye be omakpo gomele ekuamu.
Okay.
Olate tefe, olate va fanvi, olate va jiha,
Okay.
olate va adumu anochi. Gake bianye be, who is this man? Who is this man?
Amerem Jesiwo.
Marekem bokio, amade koe, amade koe chidome, kukobale wanu chidome.
Uh-huh.
And where did he come from?
Where do you come
Where did
from?
yeah. Boa, ojo le globe, akua vi besrai, Jane besrai, Emilia besrai, au mima jesio, ame kafla, mi apla uto mi bonabe, ame jenu de ko benyi, ame jenu kafla lo, ame jenu de ko vale noira, vale naga mo le chokhome. We don't know you. Who are you? Your name. Do you related to this funeral? Do you understand? Donc, même beaucoup, au monde de, non de quel mi agbo. Kwa mi nyabe vi onwa ele ntu de gbo. Oklo ntu o le togo be vegbe a. Mi gbana be o le to. And it is even abused. It is even abused. Be avano wa kantata mole chohome. Ne dome va be mi atan jefiaro no la pote wa dare. We don't know you. Parce que madofo me kple kuao. Madofo me kple kuao. Kwe susu
Okay.
ya be ya nyon tale mi agbo. But on via le gbo le vidjimu na evi everton aton. Ke me biato egalisi lo au temple private car au temple jet ne. Gakea omudio. O wana to menyo na mahono fa. O
Yeah.
wana o menyo na America le hiame ele jibe ya kperentia.
Right.
They
Right.
can even that. So we put you on that record parce que ombio on watale miagbo. Donc omudo droit mia include de miabe agbanana mo bevadi to alo loho. Omanana e chonu le ahia mo. Ahia me yesro onye odolo. Ena mai magleka na bugba
So
siwa ase.
Torgbui mi le globena okay. Ne mi nyabena amoten Jesi ofan. Mi le globoma globom Jesi oten Jesi ofan voa officially ya. Comme on va bio de viator, on va bio nyon ata nti e Torgbui le globena meke yo nyo. Parce que on va officially, on va on kodo la wo. Donc a mi po bena yes mi abe vi le destron les de vio no voa. Mim Jesi officially ya. Mim Jesi o présentation mu nanyo. Donc a mi manten globena, mi manten ho si bebena you know a me o mini mi mi aba me yo nyo. Donc a nyake mi le glon a mu bena o Jesi o voa. Comme on va bien mettre anti o la globena meke yo nyo Jesi o. Donc a Torgbui o le globena même ne gagbale ame asi chan egate no asi o de pepe chan to chan egate no asi o voa comme bena omo pa won wa eye na bena le connaît home le reconnaissant Jesi wo. Donc elle veve de bena o la no o la so o la bio ame ata et puis Torgbui o le globena ne noa johnny ne fifiare. Est-ce que mila tenya me ala gba trove elle avait est-ce que e quoi ne nani mila ten ble quoi dare voa nous so abave wo ba bio nyonu attacking boy e nous ko le bela wa allo magbaten we
Akpeno ejoji nam. Omeka mo vene vovona to. Nenye bo zube miabe vile gbo ko de ha evijim le nchi kakaka eto alo no avaku egma ne eku jole mia dea micho na ha na sronto ima jesi o kaka mia de ahacho gena o ahacho enye be mi recognize o it is like an invitation card mi atsɔ ha aɖo ɖe wo nakɔ ɖe ƒometɔwo asia wo be to alo lɔ̃xo ku donc ne mebia ɔnua eta mi mate ŋu tso aha na wo
Okay.
ya nenyi be abe enya yi ne bia ma nenyi be ŋutsua nye ŋutsu ŋutɔŋutɔ ye wòle te afɔsu te nea wo aleke be kɔnu abele ne bia nea ate ŋu ge ɖe ƒomeawo dzi tsatsatsatsatsatsa even within a week or two ne ŋutsua
Okay.
va fɔ li ye ŋutsua le serious nya the value of dowry
Right.
nya the value of marriage responsible man ye wònye be eyi doe mese gɔme vɔ wode gɔme nɛ be wometsɔ aha nɛ o ye wòlɔ̃ srɔ̃a vavã elɔ̃ nyɔnua vavã eviwo ke ɔnɔ si nɛ evalue woa within 3 days even within that week mawu hã di be mía eveawo be ameɖiɖia mele abe subɔsubɔ ɖe me tɔwo be ameɖiɖi ke woɖina me that same day ne o ta ne be wòzu avi ɖe li woaɖi ame la nedzi be yeadzra nu ɖoa ate ŋu wɔ tsatsatsatsatsatsa akpɔ family abe ametsitsi eve ɖewo kɔ ema ya amewo megadena ha o vɔa ŋkegbe dze kɔa ate dze yibe ame ɖeka ame eve wòakpɔ
Okay.
ƒomea ɔnua tso abe ƒometɔ kɔa wola wɔ nu ma le underground ne wɔ prepare azɔ akplɔ exɔlɔ the senators the ministers even the head of state akplɔ ada avɔ ɖe abɔ gã aɖe ava kó atsɔ mi la xɔ la si anɔnse abe agbonugla kple agbonugla ke nye ameyovi be srɔ̃ alo jane be srɔ̃a wokplɔ be ame kpekpewo va be woado gbe na mi loo c'est comment faire c'est ça.
Okay. Enyo, so Torgbui ende gbale o le jaso pe kote ya. Ne nyanya tam nyo amede le fifi ke esron. Enyo no le a home ne fifi jam bioto. Voa lon hoa, lon hoa lo enia ebe enia eto aku. Ebe le tame bo fifi a susuke advice ke advice ke la si o la na me a fifi.
Advice la si nye ŋutɔ.
Okay.
Advice nye bomegbe na le bo tɔ gbɔ ye megble va yi wobetuna mɔ ve na vɔvɔ na tɔ comme be ekpɔtɔ 3 jours alo 1 semaine alo 2 jours ye wola di eto alo lɔ̃xoa ne va kpɔ kaba ne ma kplɔ yi ye ema xɔ tabia ŋuwo nɛ ale be within 24 hours a miawɔ nu ma kɔa ne waxɔ lista ke ye wòava de bubu esrɔ̃a ŋuti ye wòade bubu ye tɔ ɖokui tsa ŋuti kple yibe ƒoma katã ŋuti nyɔnua hã be ŋuti lo nye me li ne mi kpa ne ame ayɔa tsɔ nye nɔmba nɛ ne ma represente ne miawɔ nu ma kaba etsɔ fɔfɔ me hafi woaɖi to alo lɔ̃xo alo akpɛ.
Enyo Torgbui le tona mena Torgbui le tona ya do any avo. So Torgbui le telling me he's giving you his services already. But guys, the question I was asking Torgbui nglobe nyemo explique na miave any angleto. The question I asked Torgbui was saying, so right now if you have a lady in your home and this lady her parents pass away, it is our duty, again, in our tradition, it is duty of the in-law. It is they see this as a good thing to take care of, to bury them, to be part of the funeral services, to be represented, and to respect. It's a respect to your wife. So when you don't do that, when you don't properly ask the diary of this lady, when you go to the funeral, people see you, but they'll be treating you as, who are you? Like they don't know you, because you never really officially properly introduced in the family. And even if you have children, no matter how many children, your children could be like doctors. You can be a doctor, you can have a private jet, you can be as rich as you are, but it is difficult to recognize you because you are never recognized properly as part of the family, for you to be able to do your duty that you're supposed to do as an in-law. So the question was back. So it is important that you do this before that time comes. But my question to Torgbui was, can you still do it? If, let's say, you find yourself right now, your in-law passed, and you have not properly asked, the hand of your lady in the house, can you still do that? And Torgbui said you can still do it, because what happens is the funeral is still going to be there, but you're going to have to go find the Torgbuis and, go and so that we can do it properly. You're going to have to go and buy the thing you're supposed to buy, do the things you're supposed to do. After you finish all of that, then you can actually be considered as part of the family, so that you can also get the list and be able to, to properly honor your wife and bury her father or her mother the way you're supposed to do it. So I was asking Torgbui again. I say, right now, somebody's going through right now, has a situation, funeral situation going through right now. What advice can he give them? And Torgbui was saying he was offering his services. Torgbui is in Togo. He's in Lomé, and Torgbui is very, very busy. He's on TV set. TV, he's everywhere. Torgbui is teaching. He's at churches. He's teaching. He's everywhere. So he's really busy. He's busy, and he teaches. This is his thing. This tradition is his thing. So he's everywhere doing all of this. You can see him on TV. We're going to play some of his shows, some of the clip for you on this show today. But I just reminding you that Torgbui, this is something that he teaches. So he's saying he's offering his, services to you, that you can come to him, call him, reach out to me. I can give him his number, and he can help you to do that, so that you can properly honor your wife. If you are in a situation, we're talking about death, guys, but death is part of life. We have to talk about it. It's happening every day. We have to deal with it. So I don't want people to shy away from death. Death and ceremonies and tradition and culture, things that we do, is part of our culture. It's part of things that we do. So we shouldn't be shining away from it. So Torgbui offer his services. And your Torgbui akpekaka. So Torgbui ekote buchanle. Ye mike glonyi so ye mbemia discuter egbea e chanyi bena o glonyi so bena ne nusu ne nyonu mbio nyonu ata vo eji nyonu vi odare o manten mbio mi manten o manten site ko mbio nyonu antoto a o manten site na ve bio evia nyonu vito odola wo nyonu ato kengbo enu ato kengbo lawo etoa oho de viato. Et moi, mi ke glonyi son. Bena agba expliquer na mi voix. King boy a expliqué à Torgbui. King boy a expliqué à me déjà joué. Et nous ya. Et après, parce que me le tourne à mobile, le TV5 a. Me le déjà joué après. Et nous ya vidéo à clip de carré. Les filles m'a joué. Ne mia boy. King boy. Ne a répondre. A na mi réponse once ya.
That's good. That's good. I love it.
So, mbona makobena eke ma joué ya.
Kokola lo mona ba fonu ko vile na doko ko vile na wuli yeyi ni dagbo le bijuba bodeko mika hobio ko dagbe jena yimo lo wadi
If you nyate yire jifa
afana
Blewu nyate yire jia
Mato alamba photo pe Zagbeto mama glevai for market directive Zagbeto Beto et notre temps de samé. Gardien de la nuit. Faut pas que venir. Nya topi moi. Il y a ministère de la sécurité. Il y a une sécurité ben temps na etua. Il y a bobomawa. Nous de pépéter nos jolles bobomé. Bleu bota. Wawa pour toi pas de ça. Manya de vitu kui banya zefenya nyen sagbeto. Ita maglobe iba itu ima mo. Ita fofi ita la tirke ima na mo. Omba bia fifia. Oba meleme. Ama wula mo. Boy esprit. Amaga Nodukume.
Oh, unko gbonla to bi ideji. Okay, pass on Nodukume mi ideji. Torgbui mi jo.
Muse boy ye kweda fodu. Itami yo ne be clear fodu. Ayo brother. Only vo.
Okay.
Iba bazan touch going. But onye mia me onye peda be comme mawa kafla mi kana was spectacle mele mia bo mi adopté. Donc directement monye peda ban so onye tututu abala ko maglobe o khona umde chofide ava ou adopté vo fond ku peda wa amaneka onye. Bon e kenya mlima to abala kana gbena inye egugu kulito boroga akpona la kovi
ko
dans les villages
ne de patane
chambre salon et les mains pour le hogam ni amule sanji ni choye pour tout que na manière de m'ouvrir dans ce le cas verita parce que manye nyento ahonye yo famille ba pe me ko na ma yenyema.
So Torgbui, Torgbui, mi do lava say, because I want people to know that this thing that Torgbui does, and he's this Dekonu, it is serious, and this is Dekonu. This show, it is on TV. It is in Lomé. He has the malam. They have the malam. You have the malam and the pastor. So he's there, and then we have the lady. A lady Torgbui, a lady enu kebenyo nyonwa.
Oh, a tron,
Oh, donc I need tron non tonto. A tron wale ke mila le French English mill.
priestess.
Oh, she's a priestess.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, so we have the priestess, so we have the imam, and then we have the pastor. And then we have the Torgbui there. So to do this, so it is very, very interesting. I
am a resource person.
You are the research
person and a cultural teacher and instructor. And a consultant.
And a consultant. There you go. So Torgbui is all of that. And then we have the other experts, combined. So when we discuss all of this, so they choose the topics and everybody's view. They'll hear everybody's view. So, and you see them talking like they are fighting, but they are not fighting. So you see them talking like, they are fighting, but really they are not fighting. And they do this in a way. So, mianto mi kwa Torgbui am kebe myself yomi Torgbui be eni a TV Dekonu ele TV set ye Torgbui wonele. Donc I mi le gbo na mianto mi senya ko be le gbo. Donc, on a mis un dynama que son mi a sofion mi voix, mi donne attend sofion. Donc, à Torgbui le TV7 lo, et ni a tradition venu oa, et le funu, ne mi dia milano kame, ne miano watch, miano invité, mi avait vu au chano watch, ga, et dolea. Et là, c'est une des vieux vidéos voix. Et dolea, et hi avait mi akota mi ase. Et nyon Torgbui, donc, à question que mi le bio en yevena, est-ce que ne evio GV onto ombiota oa nke yo mila o kengboe o la bio de viato nke we le kengbo ma o ne onpo biota nyanyo nu vila sinye enyo nu via fifi esin ele ja de son nu suva be la biota voanya eto ambio nyata nyoware leke be yina roma. My question to Torgbui is, I have a young lady right now. So let's say that I'm not married. I am with his father. And his father, we have a child, and she's our age right now, and somebody's coming to ask for her hands. What is the process? Me, his father never asked for my hands, but now a man is coming to ask for my daughter's hand. How does that go? Torgbui, we want Torgbui to explain that to us.
Yo, bebia elle tefe ni yo gblɔmi lea enuvevi wonye le mia gbɔ enuvevi ŋutɔŋutɔ wonye le mia gbɔ mi me le fe o mi me le wɔ concept o miabe culture wa wɔwoe nye miaƒe identity dzesi ɖe wonye na mi ka elebe mia leme da si azɔne dzi wobe egbɔn tokpo mexlɔnu eviawo wo ya ɖevia be nɔ le gbɔ o mebia ta o fifia ke ɖekadze ɖe va tu wo be yedzedzi be yava ɖe eviwo ke nye nyɔnu yi ke ta mebia be viwoa ebe ene list fika ne dzesi list ko nana fika ne kpɔe le kpɔ o fika ne dzesi le o mi mewɔ nɛ ne be ava dzɔ kokoko be viwo mana ɖe srɔ̃a enu ve li ne evi nɔa be ƒometɔwo sia nenyi be wodzi be woakpe ɖe ŋuti woa wola gblɔ na wo be babia ɖevia nɔa ta hafi natsɔ list na ŋutsua alo hafi wava bia eviwoa ta ne wodzi be woakpe ɖe ŋuti woa awlo anukpeƒe na woa ye nye ma ye woata xɔ evi nɔa be agba ŋdi kanya gasi ɖeke gawoa atsɔ viwo be list ana ye naxɔ viwo hã be agba faa woate wɔe vɔ nenyi be melɔ ɖe dzi woa nyɔnu ke ɖe dzivia na woa be parents wola do ɖe ŋuti o ye wola nɔ anyi parce que you invite them they will come ne ŋutsu ma tsɔ gba va ke ŋu abele mi gbɔna be mi xɔ me mi kpɔ gba koa wola sizi agba wola sizi axɔe ɖe woavi ke le gbɔ ye ne ɖeviwo le ŋuti ko henya me tafu aflatia wola sizi agba ɖe woabe via ŋu ke eɖunukpe ezu ame tsidome aflate tsidome etsi asi nukpe edze dzi o menye wo ɖeka dzie nukpe dze o nukpe dze ƒometɔwo yiwo ne yɔ be woava kpɔ yi be vi be srɔ̃ɖeƒea nukpe dze wa dzi eviwoa ŋutɔ ketawo be woava bia tsã nukpe dze wa dzi ke ne evinɔa be family wo wɔe na o ye eli meɖi o wosi quietly in the inspection room they quietly sees it ye womewɔ huhuhu ɖeke wa so you are lucky nenema oyina ma lo akpe
Enyo akpe Torgbui. So the question and the Torgbui is saying that when this happens, because it never happened to the lady like me, my husband, well, the guy, my daughter's father never done it for me. When you come, somebody else come and want to respect my daughter to marry my daughter. Normally, when they bring the dowry and everything, my family will confiscate it. My family will confiscate it because the father never asked for my hands. So normally it's done in public. So it's embarrassment to you. It is going to be embarrassment to you and your family. It is going to be embarrassment to everybody. So you can only imagine, even this new family that is coming to marry your child, you can see how embarrassing it's going to be. So when that happens, normally they will confiscate everything, and then they'll take that away, and you're going to have to work it out with them. Unless you did mine, you take care of mine, we are not going to allow you to allow somebody else to come and pay this honor to you. You know what I mean? You didn't do it for the mother. You didn't do it for me. Let me get it straight. You didn't do it for me. Then they cannot allow, somebody else to come and do it for you and honor you. You needed to honor me first. So that's what Torgbui said. In a nutshell, he just said it is a huge embarrassment when that happened. I know it may sound different here. We may do it under the table here, and we may not allow people to hear it. But in back home, sometimes it is a huge embarrassment. So Torgbui was saying that sometimes maybe they can just confiscate it in a room. They're not going to scream. People won't know what happened. So when that happens, he's saying that you are lucky. If that happens, you are lucky that people don't know, everybody don't know about it. But when people don't ask for your hands, everybody knows. Because when they ask for your hands, it's the whole neighborhood enjoys it. The whole neighborhood knows. Everybody knows. Yes, it's an enjoyment for the whole neighborhood, the whole town. Even the next town knows that they ask for your hands. But if you're living with this man, you year after year, you're having babies, and you guys coming back, you're doing everything. They never ask your hands. Everybody knows. Just like everybody knows when they ask for your hands, everybody knows in the neighborhood that they never ask for your hands. So the embarrassment is there. So whenever your child is coming to get married, everybody's going to be talking. They're going to be, it's an embarrassment. They're going to be talking to why they never did it for her. So it's an embarrassment. So Torgbui is saying that just to avoid all of that embarrassment, we just need to do it right. So it is important to have a diary. It is important to ask for a lady. When you are with the lady right now, you have not asked for her hands. It is important for you to ask for her hands. It is important for you to walk to follow the procedure, to follow the proper, channel to honor her family, and honor yourself, because there's a lot of implications that we don't know that will cause us a lot of issues that when we don't do it the way we are supposed to do it. So I'm just explaining this because everybody else heard it in their way. Torgbui, enyabure gbalasio kemgbe mi atu enia emoya nua enyade gbalasio na glona mo so ametabio bio ya ntia kemgbe mi ajole enia dia.
Macronu esrɔ̃ɖelawo le nyɔnu kpadzi le ŋutsu kpadzi kple susu ya be nyɔnuwo tsa wobe wɔƒe le nya ya me. Nyɔnua enu xɔasie. Nyɔnu yiba shime sewu shika kple dzagba. Biblia me ke akpɔ nyɔnu zazɛ yiba shime sewu shika kple dzagba. Ne enye nyɔnu ye etsi alo eɖo srɔ̃ɖeɖe mea, dzagbagba na de bubu ɖokuiwo ŋuti. Na ame aɖe gblɔ na wo be I love you condition le ŋuti. Nyɔnuwo miawo hã miaƒe wɔƒe le nya ya me. Ame ɖeka medzagɔ. Ne ŋutsua edzagɔa, wo hã dzagɔa. Vɔ dekɔ no zi mia dzi be mia protect nyɔnu ƒe nyɔnu nyenye kple eba sixɔxɔ le hadome gbɔnɔa me. Yina be esema esem nenema ɖo. Ne ŋutsuwo va kpɔtia, ne enye ŋutsua, numawo me yewo kpɔnɛ le ma. Kafla menyi be ŋutsu nyenye ke Mawu wɔ na o, ke nye different le ŋuti o. Nye wo sexual parts be nye ŋutsua. Menye yewo yɔna be ŋutsu o. How responsible you are, how serious you are, yewo yɔna be ŋutsu. How caring you are, nuko yɔna be ŋutsua. Ŋutsutɔtɔa, fima yewo fima. Ta ne dzi be bubu ne nɔ ye ŋutsu kele dza va ɖe srɔ̃ le aƒe aɖe me alo va do ƒome kple ƒome ɖea, to srɔ̃ɖeɖe mea, dzagbagba be nazɔ ɖe ɖoɖoa dzi pɛpɛpɛpɛ ale yi wòle. Enye vegɔa, etɔ̃gɔa, dzilawoa mi magatsɔ mɔnukpɔkpɔ yawo akɔ mia viwo miadɔ adzɔ o. Ɔva wɔ be mi va le price mia be viawo very high. Awɔ agbea difficult na young men. Be wo mate ŋu abia nyɔnu ta oa. We parents, we should never do that. Ta miakpe ɖe mia nɔnɔewo ŋuti ne bubu ne nɔ srɔ̃ɖeɖe ŋuti le amegbetɔwo kple le Mawu gbɔ. Akpe.
Enya. Akpe Torgbui, me say. So Torgbui is really just saying, I asked Torgbui what is the other advice that he can give on this topic before we can move on a diary. Torgbui is saying this has also play women, we ladies, we also in here. So we are responsible for this as well. So he's putting us on here. So knowing our culture, it is also very important. So you know your culture, then you have a man coming to you now, interested in you, and just telling you, I love you. It is not everything that you need. So you need to think about your culture. So that's why he's saying the ladies too, we are responsible for it. So because if I'm sitting in somebody's home right now and he's calling me his wife, but he never asked for my hands, I am also to blame, because I didn't tell him, I didn't impose it on him that, you know what, in order for me to be your wife, you have to go to the proper procedure. You have to go ask for my hand. I love you. Enough is not enough for me. You know what I mean? So I'm using this as an example. Torgbui is saying if a man comes to you, no matter how rich, no matter how much he has, no matter how beautiful he looks, no matter how tall he is, no matter how handsome he is, it is not about his looks. It is not about that. It's about the respect, your culture. So it is up to me to tell him, you know what? Yes, I know you love me. I get it. But in order for you, this is what you need to do. You need to go see my father. You need to go see my brothers. You need to go do this. So it's up to us to teach them, to impose it on them, to see if you want me, you have to do this. So that's what Torgbui is saying is a very, very important. It's coming from us ladies as well. So it's good to know your culture. It is good to know what the procedures are, what the processes are, so that you can impose on the man, you have to do this. Because I am not cheap. You know what I mean? I can't just be in your home. You calling me a wife when you didn't really respect me enough to go through the proper procedure and pay for my dowry. It is not about giving money. It's not about the money. It's about the procedure and the respect. It is not just going and paying and giving money. It's not that. So I'll ask ladies too. That's why last time I was saying we are to blame as well. Because we just go in and say, oh, he has a big house. No. It is not about the big house. It is important that he followed the procedure. So that's the ladies. So he's telling the ladies, take responsibility as well. So if you're sitting in somebody's home now, right now, they haven't asked for your hand, it is up to you to demand it, order it. They have to do it. You have to work together. If you have to move out of the house and go stay somewhere for this to happen, you may just have to do that because it is important. And Torgbui also giving the advice to the man. Torgbui is saying it's not just your manly part that makes you a man. It is not your manly part that makes you a man. It's not the houses and the things that you have just because you're tall or you can do the thing, whatever. It is not what makes you a man. The Torgbui is saying respect that you have, your respect, your honor, how do you respect all of these? How do you support the wife? The things that you do. Is your culture important? Do you follow the procedures, the processes that you have to follow? Are you doing all of that? Are you supporting the lady? Are you following, what your father taught you? Are you following you doing what you're supposed to do? So Torgbui is saying all of these that are making you asking for the dowry, respecting the ladies, respecting your own family, the culture, doing all of this, it is what makes you a man. Not your body parts, not how rich you are, not how good looking you are. That's not what makes you a man, a responsible man. That's what Torgbui say. And the other part as well is parents. Torgbui is saying that parents, we have to do this. We have to, first of all, we have to teach our children. We have to teach our young and ladies, what our culture is. And we cannot, turn our dowry into a money-making business, as we said before, because we're making it difficult for the young man to ask for a dowry. Torgbui is saying we have to focus on the culture, not the money part of it. We have to focus on our culture and do it right, not just focus on the money or, what is happening today. We have to realize that this is the tradition. This is an important thing that we have to do. So parents, you cannot just, a lot of parents today, they don't care about that anymore. They just care about how rich that person is, what house he's coming from, how he looks, what he can do for me. It is not for your child. We have to think about the children, their future, and their children and their future. So we have to teach them the proper way to do things. And we have to show them that there's respect. We have to respect not just, me as the parents, but, my people back home as well, where I come from, the roots and all of that. So we just have to learn this and just keep our tradition and do this the right way. So Torgbui is saying, the ladies, you are part of it. You are responsible. Men, you are responsible. And parents, you are also responsible. So Torgbui, did I miss anything? I know I just did the gist of it. Did I miss anything you want to add?
Very much correct. Very much correct.
All right, Torgbui. So Torgbui sent me something today, and I hate that we don't have millions of people watching right now. I don't understand. But Torgbui sent me something today before we leave. I want to show this so that we can read this together, because it is an article, a very, very old, old article. Torgbui I have sent to me, and I want us to read it together. So this is why, I am doing this Afri-Culture, and this is why I feel bad that I cannot speak Ewe throughout completely without mixing it with English and mixing it with anything else. So this to tell you that our culture, this culture thing that we're talking about, that we are playing with, it is very, very important. It is rich. It is gold. It is gold. So this article Torgbui sent to me, it is what, in 2nd of February, 1835. This is back in 1835. It says, we're going to read this together. It says, I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief, such as wealth I have seen in this country. Such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I have not think we would ever conquer his country. I mean, this country. Unless we break, listen, unless we break the every backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture, for if the Africans think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their nation culture. They will lose their self-esteem. They will lose their nation culture. I mean, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. Do you guys hear this? I wish there were thousands of us African watching right now. But we're probably somewhere else doing something else, watching TikTok, what do you call it? Maybe TikTok, a dog, a video right now. So I am encouraging you all. If you are one person watching this show, I want you to share this with the people, especially the parents who have kids. Really? I want you to just screenshot this and read this. And this did not happen today. It was back in 1835, February 1835. This is an old ancient thing. White people already, they knew our culture, our rich culture was important. That is what is our backbone. The backbone of Africa is our culture. The backbone of our Africa is the culture, the rich culture that we have, the traditions that we have. And they were saying that that's what they need to break it. They need to break it. And if you know that English, it is all that. This is amazing. It is amazing that today, in 2024, they're still trying to do that today. You know, that's why they've stolen a lot of our things back in England and all of that because of this. So our culture, I know I am not screaming, I'm not trying to do this, but I am just passionate about this. When I read this, it is very, very important that we keep our tradition. We have to keep our culture. We have to keep this going. We have to remind our children where we come from. Our children need to know our culture. They need to understand our culture. They need to be part of it. So it is just so important. It is just so amazing to see that white people knew since back then, since 1835, that they need to break us. In order to break us is to take away our culture, to take away our tradition, to take away these golden things that we have and we take for granted. Torgbui, we take it for granted because Afri-Culture, this show, America and I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed that we are doing this, but you know what? We cannot give up. I cannot give up because of that. People may have a reason. So I just pray that the one person who is watching, if you're listening to this, I encourage you to please share it with somebody. Share this with somebody. Take a screenshot. Let your children read this and see the reason why I'm doing this. The reason why I'm back here every Sunday doing this. This is why. So Torgbui, before I continue, do you have anything else to say about this article that you sent me this afternoon?
I want to blame Can you tell me my favi?
I know.
Enu bele mianchi. Ye enu bele mianchi a echo kaka bare beke. Ebe efea. Ebe efea wa ye kwa mi legbe.
Mi le kwa gbe ya.
Ye mi le ya. Voa. Hadijare globe ademona mnema jigaya. Chuji meke. Aha cho dashino be edoi gomene zea. Ola ijika.
Amen. Amen.
Le mauga sogbolisa. Mauga pitikata adamuoto washi ofo jiye kuya kruno beruto blagadamazu hondo benkomia. Ola we kakakaka piesi fiemio.
Amen.
Mia togbio mia mamawa pe maubanu sema mile magbanao.
Amen.
Hadijia Afika lovio yo ejobia fe glipo tianilo. Afika lovio yo ejobia fe glipo tianyi. Hello gai tosige. Hello gai tosige. Hello no jakpa tosige la bagame. Afi lovio yo ejobia fe glipo tianilo. Fika lovio yo ejobia fe glipo tianyi. Efia mi tiasi. Fika meyo na honami, amayo na chomi, acho dana moji that we can come back to our roots. Where are they? Where are they? What is our culture? What is our identity? Who can teach? Who can bring them back?
Right.
Mr. Nicole is there. Starting with Nicole is there. Sienna TV is there. Torgbui Sienna is there. Our kings are there. And okay. Be Africa na jesiro kwi nya jesimiaro kwi sie je be nyatefe sia wo mi ablore biwe bibla kwa agbole nyatefe na wo mi ablore biwe parce que eduko kemenya be dekonu amakemenya be dekonu a e wa ba makeye owu afa fa ene nu comme sio e holoma la sio kotama la jenama la sio echi bodome maune chekemi ajidula enuke stand up Africa awake.
I know. Ediful wa wa mi le ya donc mi ma gbe mi la continue mi ma give up. Il a continué, mais this is j'espère, ben I hope ben you know amedela son ya so fion amedela fion de vion ni wa quoi parce que elle est vevere nto enyo Torgbui mi a so wa egbe atoa Torgbui enyake balasi one so closer a picture ya so am le jagbe ele ja no fi ara mi akota ya no fi ara mi se am ni wa
enya gara kebali nya dakpena Nicole nya dakpena Sienna TV Torgbui nya megal Sienna berku après avoir nam bi banko elle vivre nam bawle doy kebe jina toa bia yi amayo kata okpo le kebe information ya one jagbagba no amen ne ganya ma de kakwecha me ne keke kplo ne do Africa bi de sia ji defu yo nya na mi be bi yo mi gbere megbe a yatra mi achwe ATINYI abani malo.
Yeah.
Na with Nicole, akpena Siana TV, akpena nukmola ukata. Ne
Akpeno
edwa
kakatogbi.
no novialo.
Anyone. Akpekakatogbi eizane. So guys, thank you so very much for this. We are saying, so Togbi is saying, Togbi is saying hello, and Togbi, bye bye eizane. So
Yo.
we are doing this. I just pray that somebody is going to read this article to your children, please. Let them see this. I know we talk about this all the time, but I want you guys to just take a screenshot on the screen and share this with your family, because it is important that we do this thing. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we are here doing this our own and we don't have people watching. So it's unfortunate, but unfortunately it is what it is at this point. So I take all the blessings that Torgbui has just prayed over me. I take it and I submit it in God's hands. I'm doing this. I pray about this a very, very long time, and I do this intentionally. And it's just, it is unfortunate that we are focusing and chasing other things instead of just, doing what, making this part of our lives as well. But it is what it is, like I said. But if you're watching, I see 2 people online right now. If you're watching, this is one of the shows that you need to share it with somebody. You need to invite somebody to watch it. It is very, very important for you to watch this. But we are here every Sunday, God willing. We'll be here next Sunday. Next Sunday, we're going to discuss. There are a few more things. There are questions that we have for Torgbui answered. So I'm going to play those for you. You guys going to listen to that next Sunday. But we're going to be here next Sunday, 4 p.m. Or 9 p.m. GMT. Please tell somebody. I always say share with somebody. I don't know if you do it, but share with somebody that encourage others to watch, because this is the only way for us to keep this going. We are not doing it just because we are bored. We want to be online. We are doing this to help one another, because I think that is needed. We really do need it, because I do talk to your young people and I know they do need it, and we all need this as a reminder. So I want to encourage you guys to do the best that you can and try sharing. Even if you're not going to watch it, share with somebody. Somebody may be interested. It might help somebody. Share with our culture. We do not want our culture to die. This is what they want. This is what the white man wants long time ago. We do not want our culture to die. It's important that we keep our culture. We keep this going, and we have to embed this in our children. We cannot do it on our own. We have to. Soon we are not going. We will be no more. Our children are going to carry this. If we can give it to them, they can carry it. They can carry it. And that's what the white man been waiting for this to diminish. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that at all. So I thank you guys for joining. I thank you for sharing, everyone you know. Again, if you have not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe to Siana TV, subscribe to Chatting Wonoko if you have not already. But I want you guys to stay safe and blessed until then. Until then, I'll see you guys on Sunday. But nyato talk big blow me say. Miave tradition ele vevere ele veji na bena amom le kame fifi jan le pon kemi le pon nu kemi hlen fifi a ele veji na be amom le kame mim le kame le pe ovwa mle gba be mi dak pe na mawu be mi ten le we ele funu avo donc ana america ko e aba partager na me potio na me sia me banya mia be violo la nya mia be tradition mia be violo la nya nu ke yovo le ji la o so kaka 1835 yo ke bena yo ade mi ave transition anjo nu ke mhlen fifia mi anto mi akpo mi atraduire yo vo bena mi ave tradition be yo va mi ave duo me nu ke yo kpo be li vevere na mi yenyi or na mi a enyi mi ave tradition ye yo vo ale glo bena kaka 1835 lo e bena nu ke le vevere yo la o a enyi be yo ade mi ave no la de mu ajo le mi antia e yo la tendu mi aji tradition lo mi ave culture yo a ele vevere e yo kpo be na enyi nu vevere ne yo dejo ne yo blend yo sur do mi ave susu me be na English enyi nu ke le plus important yo la tendu mi aji ye yo vo gbale continue we kaka na egbe enti em le gbo tradition ya ga mi ave vio la no plan de karika voa Nyemnyane mi le segomo, alo mi le segomo. Donc, la tradition a le vevere ke mi la klo togbi va kudo enu kopota togbi nyane ba fiomi. Le vevere mi a klo mi abe vio, wate no kpo mi ya, ne wache wano plan de karika. Mi abe tradition a le vevere. Donc, a po mi le brengbe ya. Voa ne mi le kame ande kukuna mi ne mi va kpo mi ya, mi partager na mericha. Na mericha ba partager na meri. Parce que le vevere be mi a continue mi abe tradition, mi a continue mi abe culture. Mi oya, mi le jana ni kaka la yo. Mi abe viola kple, mi abe viola, mi la fion, mi abe viola de. Yo la chon la fion abe vio. Sinon wa, ne mi wa, mi abe tradition ale jabu. Le jabu, zane ya le jabu parce que le wo mi fifi ya. Et mi le doit ya, be mi a pla, mi a sofian, mi abe vio parce que yo vo wa do de be na English nyo. Yo be doa nyo. E yo nyo mi abe tradition a mi le plodo enti ye mi abe tradition a le budo mi fifi e le budo mi wa mi maintain tati mi tati tradition a babu parce que nous que yo vo le nyewa mi abe tradition le vevere or be nyina mi abe culture or be nyi mi abe enu dodo yo avoku do culture ndudu nu or be nyi na yo vo ne nyina mi abe na nyina mi wa eye be nyina yo vo parce que on reconnaître depuis 1835 yo le nglo yo le globe yo a dejo le nyanti enti ade mi ato mpo sugbon egbe ya parce que le veji ke la nuit ya evejina me be vejina be na mi amesugbon le kame fifi le se evejina vire voa mi aso ine ne atogbe dogbe ta me mo togbe be gbe dodora et monsieur le do kem va commencer show am dogbe enti 6 mois kem va commencer donc à ma o le kanya donc à un tok la peromianti ne mi awon nke mi do la wa ye mi maintain tati yovo ba dumia jio mi do la reconnaître ya ne mi a continuer mi a pero mi a be vionti mi a fion mi a be vio mi a be culture enti are mi le kame chaque dimanche prochain à 16h à Atlanta avec temps 9h, 21h GMT à Milava Kaji, Torgbui Bado Nyado Bela Fiomi, Entiare, mi partage lien Kuda Messiame, Milano Kames, et nous à 21h, les Togo, Ghana, Bénin, Allo, Nigeria, Fik et Migbelépoa, 21h, voire Milatanta, c'est 16h en EST. Donc, à Miano Kame, Miana Niseseri, Maoneve Mianulo, et bye bye, Mia Dogo, dimanche prochain. Bye bye.